Hey guys, it's DBO here, and today I'm going to be talking about the best lens for car photography. But I think something just came in the front door. Let's go check it out. Here it is. Came. Yes. Whatever. Put this on later. So the best lens for you is going to depend on what you shoot the most. Today I'm going to cover 3 different lens types: the wide angle lens, the telephoto lens, and my personal favorite, the prime fixed lens between the 30mm and 50mm focal length. So the wide angle lens is going to be your lens if you and the subject of the car is very close to each other and you want to get that full shot of the car. This also means that you don't have space to move back and then take the shot. The wide angle lens will make up for that, since it's a wide angle lens. There will be a lot of space, and if you're trying to take shots of the full car from the front to the back, wide angle lens is going to do a great job of creating all that space for you. Wide angle lenses are great if you are going to car meets, if you're going to car dealerships and taking shots of the cars there. Those kind of scenarios where you want to capture the full car and not only like half the car. If you're shooting in a higher focal length, you can't get that full shot of the car, where a wide angle lens allows you to do that. Now moving on to the telephoto lenses, this is going to have to be a must if you're taking pictures of cars or your subject very far from you, like such as if you're taking pictures at the Grand Prix or NASCAR, where you're going to be far away from the cars. This telephoto lenses are going to be have to be a must for you photographers who are going to those events and taking those shots very often. Telephoto lenses are going to be the best. One thing that I really love about telephoto lenses also is that they isolate the subject very well. So if you're taking a picture of a NASCAR car or like a Grand Prix car, you take the shot of the car is going to be in focus, but everything around it is going to be very blurry, and then it looks really cool if you're taking shots in a telephoto lenses. So for those of you guys who are going to events like the Grand Prix or NASCAR, or taking very distant shots very often, telephoto lenses are going to be the best lens for you. And now moving on to my personal favorite lens, is the prime fixed lens between the 30mm and the 50mm focal length. This, in my opinion, is best because it's sort of versatile. I could bring him to car meets, I could bring him to car shows, I could bring him to car dealerships, and I'll have enough space where I could get the full shot of the car. I don't need to back up too much to capture the whole thing. Also, one great thing about prime lenses is that they tend to have a wider aperture compared to telephoto lenses and wide angle lenses. This allows me to capture very great depth of field shots, like for detail shots. If I want to get a picture of a logo or something like some lettering in the car, something like those detail shots that you see a lot of photographers take, those are usually taken in wider aperture, like f1.4, f1.8. My Sigma 30mm could go wide as f1.4. That's what great thing about what I really love about my prime lens that I'm shooting with right now. Also, prime lenses are, allows you to be more creative. You gotta move around. You can't just zoom in and then you're like, okay, I'm okay with that, I'll just take the shot and just move on. You actually have to move your body because even though zooming that's available. That could be a minus, but for me, I think of it as a positive way. It allows you to be more creative and more unique than the other car photographers that are out there. Prime lenses, in my opinion, are very versatile, best for photographers where you are going to car shows and car dealerships and you're going to be creative and unique. You also want to take detail shots. Prime lenses are the best for like the versatility for you car photographers out there. Also keep in mind the different camera bodies that you are using. So there are two different camera bodies. There are the crop sensor APS-C camera bodies and the full frame camera bodies. Don't get them mixed up, because full frame, a 30mm on a full frame is not a 30mm on a crop sensor body like the Sony a6500 or the Canon 70D. Those are APS-C crop sensor bodies. They're different than the full frame like the Canon 5D Mark IV, the Canon 1DX Mark II, the Sony a7 III, the Sony a7R2, R3. Those are full frame bodies. They're different. The lens is gonna have a different focal length. The crop sensor bodies are gonna crop the lens. So the Sigma 30mm f1.4 I'm shooting right now with my Sony a6500 is actually a 45mm on a full frame. So it's not really a 30mm, it's 45mm. So it's different. It's a 1.5 times conversion rate, while Canon lenses are 1.6 times conversion rate. So a 24mm on a crop sensor is going to be different on than the 24mm on a full frame. You guys get it. Just beware when you're buying a lens and you think it's a wide angle, but you have an APS-C body. It's actually what it turns out not to be really a wide as you like. Just do some little bit of research before you buy a lens. Okay, so in conclusion, if you and the subject in the car are very close and you don't have much space to go back, wide angle lens is going to be the best for you. If you're taking distance shots of NASCAR Grand Prix, something that's very far away and you want to isolate the picture very well, telephoto lens is going to be the best for you. Or if you want to be if you're very versatile and you're like just going running, gunning, shooting, and moving around everywhere and just taking quick shots, and you also want to take detail shots, prime fixed lenses between the 30mm and the 50mm focal length, full frame, remember full frame, 30mm, 50mm full frame focal length is going to be the best for you. I put some of the best wide angle telephoto lenses for Canon and Sony APS-C and full frame body lenses in the description below if you guys want to check that out. I will be doing a whole separate video on prime lenses and my take and sort of getting more detail on prime lenses and why I use them. Get ready. If you guys want to watch that video, be tuned. I'm sorry for those of you guys who shoot Nikon or any other camera bodies that are not Sony and Canon. I don't know anything about those cameras. I'm sorry. If you guys like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that notification bar if you want to be, get ready for if you want to be noticed on my next video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.